the child can be protected tremendously if the environment around the mother is supportive and protective and can compensate and connect with the baby and all that. That's certainly true. The problem is that depression tends to happen in people who tend to lack that support in the first place. Not uniformly. Certainly Ray's situation, my wife's situation, would have been much more difficult without the really loving and dedicated support of her mother. That really made a big difference, especially in the absence of my support. And I'm sure that's true universally, but again, the problem is that things tend to be multi-generational, and where there is depression in a woman, that usually is not just a de novo response to the birth of the child. It's also a triggering of childhood stuff that began with her family of origin. So in other words, it's multi-generational. And that's why you see problems multi-generationally in families, which also means that women who get depressed, they may, but just as likely not, have a supportive family. It's been probably close to 20 years that I delivered babies. But the statistics that I've seen indicate that it is rising. One statistic I saw was something like 20% of women have postpartum depression, and another 20% are affected by some symptoms of it. So they have some mild degree of it. This is what I've read last year once in one study. That's my latest information. My guess would be that with the stresses in society increasing, with people being more isolated, less support being available, economic pressures increasing, we're going to see more postpartum depression. And of course, what we're also seeing is a concomitant rise in childhood developmental problems. So many more kids now are being diagnosed with ADHD, with oppositional defiant disorder, with OCD, with bipolar illness, with conduct disorders, with pervasive developmental disorders, all these different names that we have, which cover one simple fact, is that parents are more and more stressed, and therefore children are affected in their development by the culturally and socially imposed stress on parents. And amongst those stresses is postpartum depression. So as far as I know, it is increasing. I would theoretically expect it to increase. And more broadly speaking, we're seeing the effects of stress parenting, not bad parenting, but stress parenting, in increasing numbers of children who are being diagnosed with this, that, and the other.